Hello, welcome to my channel. We continue to review the textbook, Construction Materials, Methods, and Techniques, Building for a Sustainable Future. This video is about Chapter 5, and Chapter 5 is all about the soils. So in this chapter, we will define the major types of soil and their classification systems. Also, you will become familiar with commonly performed soil tests, and also we'll take a look at the factors related to soils that can affect construction activities. And the final subchapter here is the techniques available to stabilize soils. So there are a few types of soils, and you probably already know that. That is the main of the types are gravel, sand, silt, clay, and organic material. And there is more information about that in the textbook, including all the diagrams and the charts. And the soil classification also is discussed here, and you can see the liquid limit here, the plastic limit, the plasticity index or PI, and the shrinkage limit or SL. And they have relationship with each other, so please take a look at the textbook chart, which is actually important to understand the competence of soil. So there is a unified soil classification system. Also, there is the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials system, and that classification system um, classifies soils according to those properties that affect their use in highway construction and maintenance. So that is for the most part the transportation industry. When we talk about the subsurface soil testing, there are a few things we need to remember, such as soil load tests, then SPT or standard penetration test, then the samples taken by the core borings, and a few other things. And you can see the typical soil report on the findings of a subsurface soil test. You can see the little samples here. When we talk about the field classification of soil, there are a few other tests that we need to remember. So it can be testing for soil coarseness. Then also we can talk about the toughness test. We can talk about the shaking test and dry strength test as well. And please refer to the textbook because you need to be familiar with those types of tests. So when we talk about soil volume characteristics, first of all, we refer to the bank measure, and that's the volume of 1 cubic yard of soils in situ, which is the undisturbed soil. Also, soil water, the water table or the groundwater level is critically important when we actually plan our foundations, and when we excavate, we may encounter something really unexpected. When we talk about the soil bearing capacities, there are a few other things that we need to remember, and they're listed here. And when we alter the soil, there are some properties that we need to be aware of. So also there is a case study. You can see the Chicago Center for Green Technology, and that's the site assessment and remediation and site design. So that's quite important and quite interesting to read. So, and that actually can be found in every chapter. So those case studies actually give you a real a good overview of how the project is approached, because those are real life projects. When we talk about the compaction of the soil, that refers to increasing the density by mechanically forcing the soil particles closer together. And there are also different soil stabilizations um, with admixtures. And that is, for example, asphalt soil stabilization, cement soil, salt soil, lime soil, blending soils, and so on. So, yes, that actually wraps up our chapter 5. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in chapter 6, which will talk about the foundations. Thank you so much.